Christian Pulisic, I salute you, sir. And honestly, so should everyone else, because Captain America delivered once again for Milan. He scored 2 goals and played a massive role in the third goal as well, in between the 2 that he scored. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but player of the match, Christian Pulisic, 100%, deadass, no cap, everything else that the kids say these days. He was just the best player on the field, and that was great to see because America won again. And if you're an avid statistics enthusiast, then you probably know by now that with these 2 goals Pulisic scored, he passed Clint Dempsey on the list of American players with the most goals scored in the top 5 European leagues. So Christian Pulisic is probably the best American player playing the game right now. And he showed against Udinese as well, because he was running, he was passing, he was dribbling. And the Udinese defenders, or team as a whole, I should say, had just no cure against Pulisic. Because in the first half alone, he was fouled so many times. So many times that I'm very surprised that no yellow card was given to any player that kind of tripped him or tackled him or something. It was ridiculous. Interestingly enough, he linked up with Rabiot pretty well, which was good to see. They had some good 1-2s and just a good understanding on the field, it seemed. Great attitude as always, and he kind of carried the team, dare I say. But he wasn't the only good player on the field, because everyone was. But I'd like to call out maybe 2 more players. Modric obviously is one of them. And one of the pundits said, quite aptly, and I agree 100%, he said, every touch Modric takes has purpose to it. There's no wasted touch. He knows exactly what he's going to do with every single pass, every single touch that he takes. He always looks up. He already knows where the available players are, where the opponents are, where he needs to go, what he needs to do. It's just so entertaining to watch. Late in the game, Modric had this cross field, like just switching sides from the left to the right, 40-yard pass at least, onto the foot of Salamakers, who just took it, and then crossed into Loftus-Cheek, who had it above the goal. But it doesn't matter, because that pass from Modric, the vision and the accuracy, the technique was so good, so entertaining to watch. And then the other one in midfield that was good was Rabiot. And I really kind of understand now why Allegri wanted him on the team. When he was on Juventus, I wasn't really paying attention all too much. But now that he's on Milan, I can totally see why Allegri wanted him. He has the experience, he tackles well, he passes well, he has a technique as well. Modric, Rabiot, they create this anchor in midfield that is so needed. And here's an observation that you may not agree with, but I think it's interesting to entertain at least, is that out of the 10 signings that Milan made over the summer, there's only 2-3 constantly in the starting lineup, Estupiñán, Modric, and now Rabiot. But the rest are not in the starting lineup, and I'm kind of wondering if that's because outside of Modric, outside of Rabiot, outside of Estupiñán, Allegri didn't really want the other players. He didn't really ask for them. Because we all read about Vlahovic and Nunez and Højlund and all the different people that Allegri allegedly wanted. But out of those players, he only got a few. And those few seem to be the ones that are playing. So maybe the rest were just panic buys at the end of the transfer window by leadership. Not really players that Allegri saw in his team and his squad. Now, I don't know if that's true, but it's at least interesting to entertain, right? But honestly, I cannot complain because the 11 players that he sent out did the job. Great mentality. Once again, the possession game and the very solid defense. But it just worked. And honestly, this was probably the best one yet because they were dynamic. They were fast with the passes, fast with the build-up. This was the most entertaining Milan that I saw this season. And one of the interesting things is that nobody got a yellow card. Nobody got booked. That's novel. I enjoyed it. Maybe Udinese wasn't up for this game. That's also a possibility. But regardless, they didn't have a shot in the first half, I don't think. Maybe one. Certainly weren't dangerous. Now, in the last 30-ish minutes of the game, when substitutions started to happen and maybe the players started to reallocate their focus, if I want to put it nicely, Udinese had a few opportunities, maybe a header on goal here or there, but they weren't really threatening. And that was exactly what we needed. Like a confident 3-0 win. I cannot complain. No goals allowed in 4 of the 5 games that we played. So biggest positive, already talked about it, Christian Pulisic, absolutely amazing. Now the biggest negative in this game, there weren't too many, but there was one that seems to be a constant these days, and it's Santi Jimenez, our striker that cannot score a goal. And honestly, I cannot really blame him. After publicly announcing at the end of the transfer window that he wasn't desired, that the team wanted to trade him, I don't know if I would have the mental fortitude to concentrate and focus and deliver game after game when I know that the team didn't really want me. Is it his fault? Partially, because he's being paid to do his job, but still, that was not cool the way they treated him. But player of the match, Christian Pulisic, obviously. And then we're just going to have to move on and see how the team does against Lecce in the Cup and then Napoli. But for now, I'm really happy. I cannot really complain. This has gone certainly better than last season. So I hope we can just keep on keeping on. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my assessment on why certain new signings might not be playing as much as they probably should? Question mark. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you enjoyed Pulisic and Captain America as much as I did. And I'll see you after the Lecce game. Ciao.